Has this ever happened to you guys? You have doom scrolled so far into the bottom that you discover something so amazing that makes you deep dive into a new rabbit hole? Has it? Or is it just me? I know you guys can't answer me right now, so I will await your responses in the comments. I think I rambled a bit too much, but I have a point. So recently, while doom scrolling, I came across the Mass Effect, which turns out to be one of the biggest gaming franchises. In the beginning, I thought, wow, how did I miss such a cool animated series? Turns out, I haven't. Because, well, it's a gaming trilogy. But here's where things get interesting. The same BioWare sci-fi RPG trilogy is about to get adapted in Hollywood. I mean, it has been a working project since 2021. I know it sounds like old news, but recently there has been some interesting new developments. So it's time to dig into every detail we can scoop up.
That's pretty cool. Now you just can't hide behind for cover alt for days.
Like me, a lot of you are very new to this, so we will begin with the basic question that all of us wonder. What is Mass Effect? And why is there so much hype? Well, Mass Effect is this science fiction role-playing game that was developed by BioWare. It was first released in 2007, and the story takes place in a very far future in which humanity has joined an interstellar community. It gives off Star Trek vibes, only there is not a lot of diplomacy, just action-packed sequences. In this story, dozens of alien species are living together, but the political system is pretty much fragile. The whole thing we see is from Commander Shepard's point of view, who is a human soldier, and it seems it's upon him to save the galaxy from these ancient and unstoppable threats, the Reapers. Like the political system wasn't enough of an issue, a new problem has taken shape in the horizon. But who are these Reapers? They are these giant, sentient machines that wipe highly developed civilizations in cycles. Fair warning to arachnophobic people, because the more you stare at them, the more they look like these giant modernized spiders that give me the chills. So, that's the whole setup in a nutshell. This whole thing makes it clear that players are not just watching the story unfold, they are part of the whole shaping. Because, think about it, every decision, alliance, romantic relation, and even sacrifice is part of the whole matter, which is exactly what makes the series so unique. Currently, BioWare has 4 games under the Mass Effect franchise, and the 5th one is in development. Plus, they also have other media like comics and novels, obviously. This really shows us how much fans are involved with this gaming franchise, and how much they are dying for a proper screen adaptation for almost a decade now. And get this, Amazon might finally make it happen. Yay! But how did Amazon, this massive e-commerce turned OTT platform, get here? Finally, we get to the main tea. So, Amazon started looking into the rights to Mass Effect around 2021. It's literally the same time they were obtaining/acquiring, whatever you guys want to call it, MGM, and also securing rights to reboot almost anything and everything from the MGM roster. For example, the Robot Cops, which, by the way, are also in development under Amazon Prime Video. Of course, there was a lot of talking, and finally, the Mass Effect project entered the formal development stage in the year 2024. That's like 3 years of talking, deciding, and voting, I guess. The same year, i.e. 2024, producers as well as writers joined in, which gave the fans a bit of relief because this showed that it was not just an idea that was sitting on the shelf to collect dust. But as soon as this news spread, people were hyped for more. But that all went down because there was no updates for months, and that worried the fans. More good news hit in November 2024 when Variety reported that the Mass Effect TV series has been moved into active development, as Amazon called it. Yay! I know it's too soon to celebrate, but in Hollywood, this means real progress is happening, and it's no longer a rumor anymore. I think that sums it up. I'm kidding. Gotcha! Did you guys really believe that was it? I mean, we still have so much to talk about, like the timelines and creative heads involved in this project, am I right? Let's begin with the timeline, which was so confusing to understand, but I will make it easier for you. Recent updates as of April 2026 is that the project is, quote-unquote, still in development. I know it sounds like I am rage baiting you because this is something I have mentioned before, but I am not, because there are new updates which I scraped up from the Ankler. So, Amazon has this new head of global TV, Peter Friedlander, who is very deeply immersed into the whole reboot thing. Now, he has been actively reviewing the scripts and asking for rewrites. Why? Because he has this goal that he wants this new show to be more accessible to people who haven't played the games before. When it's more accessible, anyone can enjoy it without needing to do deep exploration for all the background knowledge. Like, he wants to make it that easy and straightforward. This is why the show is described as on the verge of becoming a full series order. Like, it gives hope to fans, but it's not there yet, which also creates a sense of dread. But experts have said Friedlander's approach is a very common method used in big projects like this, because projects like this have to satisfy not only dedicated fans, but also give off a welcoming vibe for new viewers, like some of us. So, when the scripts are being written and getting revised, it means that there is definitely a writer's room, which is said to have gotten approval in early 2025. That being said, some reports have suggested that filming could start in the late 2026. But then again, let me reiterate, it is not officially confirmed yet. But by any miracle, production does begin by the end of 2026. It has the chance of premiering in 2027, or the most likely release year seems to be 2028. But I would like to repeat myself and say these are just estimates by people who have been waiting and keeping track of a whole project. No confirmed dates have been revealed officially. Am I missing anything? Oh, right. The most important creative choices for the series have also been revealed, which I think is something fans will appreciate. We all know, because this is something I have mentioned earlier, that Mass Effect usually tells the story from Commander Shepard's point of view. Well, that won't be happening in the TV series anymore. Yep, that's the big decision, and if I am being honest, I know how much a big deal this is. But they took this decision, keeping in mind that just choosing one version of Shepard's journey would certainly cause creative challenges. Because think about it, the game was made around player choice, and whatever they decide on Mass Effect 1 affects what happens in Mass Effect 3. If the creator had selected a single path as the official story, it would have divided the fanbase right away. That is why reports and confirmation from BioWare have stated that the show will tell a completely original story set in the Mass Effect universe after the events of the first trilogy, meaning there will be new characters, new conflicts, and a fresh starting point. But it will take place in the same detailed world that so many fans love. In fact, last year, I think around November, BioWare executive producer Michael Gamble said that we've been partnering closely with Amazon on the series, and we're really excited with what the talented team over there is coming up with. Gamble also stated that the writer's room is going strong, and we've got a lot figured out about how it fits within the Mass Effect canon and where it sits in respect to the new game. The show will explore a brand new story with the universe's timeline and will be set after the original trilogy. It won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story, because after all, that's your story, isn't it? And get this, Amazon did something like that with the Fallout series, and if I remember correctly, that show is also based on the game. I am sensing a trend here, but it can also be my imagination. But all in all, if Mass Effect does make those changes, it will be a nice gesture to all those fans who are dedicated to the Mass Effect franchise. Even though they haven't announced the cast, we do have a good idea of what the creative team is like. As the main writer and executive producer, we have none other than Daniel Casey. Yes, the very one who is famous for Fast and Furious 9, as well as the 2012 short sci-fi series called Drone, which he actually wrote himself. It's very clear he has some real talent in the genre the series will be set in. Then we have Doug Jung as the showrunner, who also has tons of experience right up his alley because he co-wrote Star Trek Beyond in 2016. This clearly means that the dude knows how to handle a complex and beloved sci-fi universe. On the producing side, we have Kareem Zarek, and dude has strong TV experience. You must have heard about Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and The Punisher, all the Marvel series. Well, guess what? He was one of the producers. Doesn't that make him the guy who knows a lot about how to build a serialized universe? I guess it does. Then we have Avi Arad, who is known for producing game adaptations like Uncharted and Borderlands. Remember Michael Gamble, whom I mentioned before? Well, this dude is directly involved with EA and BioWare. His involvement showed fans how much the series is connected to the source material. But guys, after all this tea, doesn't it make you wonder how Amazon is so sure that this big project will work out? In the beginning, even I was trying to make sense of this whole game getting adapted into a series thing. But Amazon has this ace card, which I have hinted earlier that you guys might have missed. This ace card is none other than the Fallout series, which is a big success, even though it is adapted from a complex video game franchise. It is such a hit show that it draws around 65 million viewers. And that's not all, it has also won 2 Emmy Awards. I mean, can you believe it? This kind of success becomes the roadmap for Mass Effect. But building something from scratch is not easy, so of course there are challenges for Mass Effect to come to fruition. Like for starters, the production cost will be huge because bringing this universe to life on screen means significant investment in both CGI and practical effects in order to build the Citadel, the Normandy, and all the different alien species. Then there is the issue of canon, because there are 3 famously divisive endings to Mass Effect 3 on which fans continue to debate even though so many years have passed. And I kid you not, new opinions arise every day. If the show takes place after the trilogy and follows the game's continuity, it will eventually have to address how those events ended. No matter what happens, I have a gut feeling that some people will be disappointed. And lastly, there is this humongous pressure of high expectations, cause duh, it is one of the most loved game universes ever. Fans are vocal, they are very passionate, and have spent years imagining what a good adaptation would look like. And God forbid if the show misses the mark even by an inch, like Paramount's Halo and how it struggled with its source material. If something like this happens, then it would be a huge setback. It will be like angering armies and declaring war on Twitter or X when haters spread false rumors about BTS. I think nobody would want the situation to go that far. Now, I guess we have nothing else to do but lots of waiting. But before we wrap this up, I have a question for all of you. Will Mass Effect finally become the epic space opera adaptation fans have been wanting for almost 2 decades? Or will its complexity make it tough to translate from game to screen? So, what are your thoughts? Don't forget to share them in the comments section below. Until we catch you in our next video, thanks for watching.